Hey guys, it's me, breyer, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a realistic Breyer bit, well, model horse bit I should say. I have a model here that has a slit in his mouth, so you can put like actual bits in his mouth. I wish I knew where his bridle was, but I made a special bridle that had a bit in it. You can also use these for julep models. So let's go ahead and get on to what we're going to be using. You're going to need a little case, I guess you could say. Get these at Walgreens or Walmart for $5, maybe $2 maybe, depending on how big the case is. That has an assorted amount of jump rings, clips, these little wire things. You will need wire, and cool little rings that look like bits, like that, like that. This one is probably my favorite to use with bits. So you'll need one of those, and you're going to need pliers with a needle nose plier and with clippy things attached inside of the needle nose. Okay, and you also will need references like that to see where it connects, and this is what we're going to be making today. Hang on, let me get it. We're making little bits like this. Let me show you on my knee. These bits are obviously just for show if you're going to use it, like to put in your tack room on a shelf or something. These look really cool. They have a connector in the middle. Let's see if I can get close enough. There you go. They have a connector in the middle, and this is a snaffle bit, like a fancy snaffle bit. So that's what we're going to be making. And obviously this is too small for his mouth, but it is, you can make them bigger, which I'm going to make with this one. But this is like a pony bit, I'm going to say, just for decoration. You could also use, like I cut this top ring off right there, and this is what I got. So I have those two things, and this is going to be a really nice looking bit with a twisted mouthpiece in it, just a single twisted mouthpiece. But right now we're going to do the basics, which is the, I think it's called the egg butt snaffle, I'm not really sure. But yes, what you're going to need is 2 jump rings, wire, pliers, and a horse to model it after. Start by taking your 2 jump rings and setting them aside. Now take your horse mouth and measure with the single strand and measure to see how long it should be. It actually should have a little extra like that to fit the leather. Do not cut it yet, but bend where your fingernail is to make it like that. So you should have something that looks like this, which you should bend it, more precisely. So you should have something that looks like a little square or a rectangle. Refit it to your horse's mouth, and that should be about right. So, if you want to, you can right now you can actually have to make 2 of them the same size. So just follow the pattern here. So now you should have 2 separate things that are about the same size, lengthwise. Now, take one of your little rectangles without the side and thread it through, like that. Now, hold your jump ring like so, and take your pliers and bend the corner where you made with your fingernail, and just make it look like that. So you should have something that is a very small resemblance to a keychain. Now bend it all the way. Now you should have something that looks like this, if you can see it, like that. It should be bent into a tight circle. For extra looks, you might want to bend it several times just for decoration. So take your pliers and make sure you're bending it in the right way. So depending on how much bends or little loops you want, that should be about where it should be. Alright, so now that you have that, finish off your last loop if you can. If you can't, if there's if there's too little of a little crease thing to bend it a second time, then just cut it off. So now finish that off by bending it downwards. And make sure that you compress like that all of your little loops. Basically, this is what you should have now. It should look like this because you wrapped it all the way around. And remember, if you're probably gonna ask, oh, I don't have needle nose pliers, and it's not gonna work. Other pliers will simply not work. These I like to use because they deal with small spaces. So you have to get needle nose pliers. So just go ahead and leave that one alone for now. And then we're going to work on this one again. So take your other one. So this is why we need the horse head. And take your other one. Just simply put it through and do the same thing that you did to make this one. Okay. So now you have your two little things. It's okay if, as you can see, this one right here is a little longer. So it's fine. That's okay, because you're going to be cutting those off anyway. Okay, now, take your, now remember, it all depends on the model, so I'm not going to give you exact measurements. Number one, because I don't like doing measurements, but anyway, so what you're going to do is you are going to do this, and make sure that when you do this, it should be like that against the horses. The bit should sit right about there, where that little part right there is outside the mouth. Right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to put both of them in here. You're going to find the center of your bit. You're going to find the center of the long piece right here, and then you're going to actually do a little bit more. So bend about a little bit more than the center, so you're going to end up with something like that. And then do the same thing and just follow along with the same pattern, except bend it sideways. Bend it sideways. So you should have something that looks like this. Oops. Like this. And then you should have something that looks like this. Okay? So these are the two things that you should have. One that goes like that, and then one goes like that. Okay, now remember, you can always redo this, but so don't get upset or anything. So just hook them like that, take them like that, and just hook them, and go over like that, and like that. So it's like two little hooks going on there. And just flatten them to a relatively flat pace, not a flat pace, but like a flat thing. Take your pliers if you need to. If the wire is too hard to deal with, just flatten them a little bit. So you should have something that looks like this. And go back to your horse here and see if the bit sits properly. Hang on. And you can always rebend it if you needed to. Alright, the bit is a little long. Actually, no, it's not. So, it's stuck in the horse's mouth. Okay. So, once you fit it, it's okay if the horse's mouth, if it extends the horse's mouth a little bit. That's because you're actually going to bend it. So, once you're happy with the length of your bit, you're going to bend it like that.